Hey lovelies, this is Leah Marie. I'm back with another video, and today I just want to make a quick little commentary about the trophy wife situation. So I've been following a lot of the commentary on YouTube about this young lady that recently had posted a confession video about her husband being a monster. It came across my feed as one of my recommended videos, and I watched it in its entirety, and I was also browsing through the comments as well, and her story saddened me. So based on the information that I gathered from her channel, she was a self-proclaimed soft life guru who also posted trophy-like content, teaching women, particularly black women, how to marry a rich man. And that is synonymous with the hypergamy movement. And with the hypergamy movement, I kind of started that journey myself a few years ago. It's also synonymous with the femininity movement, so it's all one and the same. Basically, she was part of that community. And basically, looking at the video, she was very distraught. Not only was she violated by her spouse, her children, her daughters, her girls were violated as well. And looking at that video, I definitely felt sympathy for her. It gave me a wake-up call in regards to viewing the femininity movement and hypergamy movement from a different perspective. And I'll be honest, most of the hypergamy content I've seen on YouTube, I even follow some of the creators. Some of them, they definitely fabricated this very false, perfectly curated idea of what a hypergamous lifestyle should be. Some of the other femininity channels I follow, some of them are practical. Although yes, they're dealing with the aesthetic, they also offer practical tips on how to maintain that lifestyle. The reality is, when it comes to femininity and hypergamy for us women, especially black women, everybody's definition of hypergamy and femininity is different because we all have different lifestyles. And a lot of these channels kind of present a one-size-fits-all. And the reality is, even the self-proclaimed gurus, like the lady herself, can't even sustain that. So that was definitely a wake-up call on being cautious about, and this is from the relational aspect, about the type of men, type of partners that we choose, and hopefully vet, because they may look good on paper, but who are they in reality? Who are they in person? And in this sense, this young lady's husband was not good in person. He probably looked good on paper, but he created that little fake nice persona just to manipulate and to basically put her at a disadvantage relationally. And unfortunately, she was married to him. And she didn't vet properly or use proper discernment, because I found out that she was also following another content creator that also promoted, the hypergamous lifestyle. But with that other content creator, she was strategic, and she didn't run into any detriments or issues regarding obtaining her hypergamous lifestyle and her high value man, so to speak. That's basically what's trending within the, dating world right now. Hypergamy is important. We want to have families. We want to create legacies. We want there to be healthy marriages. I myself am desiring that, but I'm also aware of the fact that that's not really for everybody. Not everybody is called for that, because from a biblical standpoint, marriage is a calling. Being single is a calling. But from what I've learned from watching and from the situation I was in, when it comes to dating and vetting partners, you have to definitely use discernment. You have to definitely ask all the right questions. You can't be gullible. You can't just go with the flow. you can't take everything at face value. Just because someone says something nice to you, or a man compliments you, or tells you what you want to hear, does not necessarily mean that they mean it, because obviously even the well-meaning ones, they always have an ulterior motive. In the event of this young lady, this trophy wife, she possibly fell for the okie doke, and it's quite sad because she's not the only person that probably experiences. There's probably many women who probably follow this hypergamous lifestyle, and they were probably deceived by the fact that they could obtain a high value man at a short notice or instantaneously. And I learned that hypergamy is more than just an aesthetic. It's more than just a lifestyle. Sorry, I was making my dinner. I was meal prepping. But hypergamy is more than just a lifestyle. It's really what's inside here. And something I'm learning is you have to be at peace with yourself. You have to know, and this is just a general message now, that life is more than just materialistic things. It really is. You can have all the money in the world, you can even have a seemingly successful relationship, but if you're not happy, if you're not whole within yourself, then you're going to definitely miss out. So ladies, including myself, please be careful with these hypergamy channels. If anything, even with these femininity channels, if anything, create your own definition of what femininity is to you. Because although we are all inherently feminine, we all have different perspectives of what femininity is to us. Soft living, that's another thing. I kind of fell for that trap too. I was under the impression when I first heard about this concept that soft living is not having to work ever and having a man to provide for you. Initially, that's what we want, but at the same time, the reality is we have to work to maintain certain lifestyles. And the reality is that type of soft life is not really realistic. Soft living is whatever you make of it. If anything, a more practical approach would be mindful living. It's kind of similar to soft living, but you're just doing things and living life from a mindful perspective. It's in the word mindful living. So, or even slow living, that's kind of the same thing, just taking life one day at a time. Still doing your responsibilities, but making sure that you're doing it with intentionality and with purpose. That's mindful living. And I think all of us can possibly achieve that. That seems attainable, as opposed to a soft life that is defined by what we see on social media. And even that, the people that post it on social media, that's what soft living means to them. That's their own personal definition of what soft living is. In the grand scheme of things, we all have our own definition of soft living and hypergamous living and femininity. And for the fellas, masculinity, you guys may have a different approach to masculinity. But that's just my take on the whole trophy wife situation and the hypergamy content as well. Shout out to the hypergamous and femininity channels and leveling up channels, the creators. You guys make really awesome content, and I hope to follow in your footsteps one day. But please remember to like, comment, subscribe to this channel. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video.